Story 1. Customers' attitudes out in public. Ironically, getting older has made me tolerate it less. I'm way more likely to match their energy than I was in my 20s.
As someone who has worked in the trenches of customer service since I was a teenager, I love to speak up to fellow customers when I'm living civilian life beyond my workplace.
Sometimes I think I have less patience or tolerate less, but the truth of the matter is that I no longer have any anxiety about calling people out on their bullshit.
Story 2. Going to packed bars or clubs where I can barely move around and can't hear anyone speak. I just can't anymore. A casual pub is as far as I'll go now.
I'm still in my 20s and I can't stand them now. On top of being loud and crowded, I find that whole scene superficial and filled with unnecessary drama. Not to mention that I don't drink.
It also shines a light on any hearing damage you may have. I can't distinguish voices very well, even with people standing right in front of me. It's just a constant loud blur.
Keep in mind, specifically, clubs are a product of the 1980s in their modern form. Pubs and restaurants with music have always been around, but the modern version of clubs is a product of the evolution of disco clubs. And considering people do not dance anymore due to everything being recorded and the high prices of drinks you can make at home for 1/4 of the cost, I have a hunch they will not last the next 2 decades, if even one.
Story 3. Mean girl behavior. Just tell me you don't like me. We're not in high school. We don't have to be friends. Oh. Story 4. Drama in friendships. At some point, that gets really, really old. I prefer all of my friendships to be drama-free. Thank you very much.
Not the comments ironically trying to start drama. Anyway, it's a common opinion not to like drama. It's really not that deep, and if you're accusing this person of being the one who starts drama, you might actually be projecting.
True. I regularly say it, and my life is so dramatic. It's just my way of saying I need a little break from the drama I started.
There are exceptions to every rule, I'm sure, but in my own experience in real life, I'm not sure I've ever heard someone make a point of hating drama that didn't turn out to be a pretty significant source of it themselves. If you hate drama and find that you're around a lot, I think it's worth taking the time to evaluate your situation. Is the drama always coming from the same people? Maybe you should put some space between yourself and them. Does it come from everyone? Maybe try to figure out why you're the common denominator. If you're not a party to the drama and just on the sidelines, either stop letting it get to you so much or put yourself in less dramatic spaces. No one likes drama. But if you're a kid and your parents are always fighting, you say you hate when your parents fight. If your boss is a dick, you say you hate your boss. If you're not specific and just say, I hate drama, it sounds like you're talking about a general background noise of drama that comes from a variety of sources. And if that's the case, it's time to pause and evaluate things.
Story 5. Trying to figure out people's hints or reading between the lines. If you don't directly communicate with me, I will not try to fill in the blanks. Obviously, this doesn't apply to everything. I still want to try and be a thoughtful person, but my thoughts can only work so hard.
Me too. Management in my current job is like this, unfortunately. It's exhausting and drives me up the wall.
Story 6. People who are already adults, 20 years old or older, but act as if they are still teenagers or even kids, not wanting responsibilities or accountability for their actions, and using weaponized incompetence. And I am not even 30 yet.
I love the term weaponized incompetence.
Story 7. In my 20s, I made time for people I didn't care for. A lot of it stemmed from having a decent number of good friends, but that led to a lot of acquaintances and party friends. I disliked many of these people for a wide range of reasons. Time goes on and your circle gets really tight. But once in a while, those random acquaintances pop up in my life and just look away and move on. Story 8. Crowded places, loud music, drunk people, and bathrooms with no privacy. You would think I don't go to concerts anymore, but I do. I just have to prepare myself mentally. Story 9. People who are bad at texting, but somehow always online. In my 20s, I'd overthink it, make excuses, tell myself they're just busy. Now, if someone can't communicate consistently, I just assume we're not aligned and keep it moving. Peace is underrated.
The comments here are insane to me. I have ADHD, and it's embarrassing how many texts I have that I haven't responded to. But if someone ever gave me the added stress of telling me they were hurt because I didn't respond right away, I'd cut that person right out of my life. Fuck off with that nonsense. I am loyal as fuck to my friends and family. But if you're texting me and it's not an emergency, I have absolutely no obligation to respond to you immediately, even if I'm online.
As someone who is currently scrolling Reddit on her phone and has over 40 unanswered texts, I apologize. I'm sure there are a multitude of reasons for this, but for me personally, it's because I'm a huge procrastinator. I've seen the preview of the text when it came in and deemed it not urgent. Absolutely not a great excuse, and my friends and family give me shit for it all the time, but it really is just a huge mental block for some reason I don't even understand.
This is my downfall. To be honest, the more I care about someone, or the more important the relationship is to me, the more I feel the need to carefully consider what to write, and the longer I take to reply. This is often misconstrued as a lack of care, when really, it's me trying to formulate a thoughtful response.
Story 10. Victim stories. I tolerated it when I was younger, even fed into it. Now, when I hear someone whine about how everything bad happens to them, it's never their fault and everyone is out to get them, my patience wears thin quickly. Story 11. People calling everyone their best friend, when those people have clearly shown you mean just about nothing to them. That just puts superficial weight and expectation on the friendship, and I can guarantee a lot of disappointment comes out of that for you. Story 12. Music festivals. Although, to be honest, by my mid-20s I was already feeling too old for them. Chuckles.
Yeah, festivals hit hard when I was 18, 21, etc. By the time I was 25, it was really losing its appeal, and that was a decade ago. In 2026? Hell no. The prices and crowds are insane. Everything's oversold and blown up.
Story 13. People who talk over me and or each other. I'll let them keep talking, and I'll just go quiet. I'm not wasting any more energy on this part of the conversation. Story 14. Chuckles bars that you can't dance in, but the music is so loud you can't chat in either. Story 15. Friends and family's opinions held back core aspects of my identity. I was ashamed in my 20s. Now I will fucking steamroll a person over it. Story 16. Brown nosers, bootlicking bosses. I completely disengage. Now I'm the difficult one. Story 17. Passive-aggressive behavior from family members or friends. Just tell me what's wrong. Don't make me guess, or I'm gonna see myself out. Story 18. Fake friendships, passive-aggressive attitudes, and any sign of disrespect mean you will be blocked, and I will never be around you again. Story 19. Absolutely zero patience for bad drivers. I need to get to where I'm going without people interfering. It's incredible how bad people are at something they do every day, with clear established rules too. Story 20. Lines. Remember waiting outside movie theaters for 2 hours? Remember queuing up to go on Star Tours or Splash Mountain for 1 to 2 hours? Screw that noise. Story 21. Conspiracy theories. All the hey man, you never know horseshit. Idiots I've worked with over the years telling me about Bohemian Grove, and the lizard people, aliens, Area 51, whatever the Clintons are supposed to have done this week, all the cabals of rich and powerful shadow organizations that secretly run the world, explanations for the missing plane from a few years ago over the Indian Ocean, chemtrails, industrial food with drugs in it, fluoride, microchips in medicines, endless September 11th theories, endless Hurricane Katrina theories, all of it. I'm 50 now. I know people well enough to know how idiotic all of this is. All the adults, all of them, are just winging it like the rest of us. We are all doing our best to look like we know what we are doing. Some people are assholes, some are good, and there are rich and powerful people of both types. What there are not are shadowy boogeymen like in the movies keeping all these secrets. It's just assholes who inherited money doing asshole things. And they outnumber the good people because power corrupts. It's as simple as that. But Trump totally raped underage girls. That's not a theory. We have the evidence. And he has all but bragged about it. He is just one of the aforementioned rich assholes with daddy's money. So he is going to get away with it. Story 22. Flaky people. I've let my feelings be hurt too many times when people disregard my time and company. Now I just don't try to make plans anymore. Obviously, this isn't the case with a legitimate emergency causing a last-minute cancellation. Story 23. Arguing hypotheticals with bad faith people who just want to argue and not actually update their predispositions. Story 24. Technophobes. Smartphones, the internet, apps, and so on have been around long enough that those with the capacity should know how to work them all. It's not old age. It's not quirky. It's not the good old days. It's laziness. Story 25. Toxic people around me. In my 20s, I was able to talk with people I wasn't interested in. Now, I want to talk with people who understand me and don't judge me. Story 26. Arguing with ignorant people always leads to them feeling like they won. Now, I don't bother and let them believe what they want. Story 27. Liars and drunk people. Especially drunk people. I lose my patience fast for a drunk man over the age of 30. No excuse to be acting a fool at that age because you don't know how to cut yourself off. By acting a fool, I mean the fight starters, which is most of them after a certain number of drinks. Story 28. Waiting in lines, big crowds. Come to think of it, just people in general, really. Story 29. Long lines, long waits, and crowds. At least far more so than I did when I was in my 20s. Story 30. Toxic friends, particularly the types of toxic friends that gravitate toward underground music scenes. I put up with so much bullshit from people I played in bands with. There are frequent times that I regret ever playing music. Story 31. Hey, original poster. 49-year-old married father of 2 here. I have zero tolerance for my self-sabotaging inner voice that I listened to intently in my 20s. Whenever I find myself listening to any negative bullshit from my unconscious mind, I shut it down with the amazing phrase, "Thoughts are not facts," and get on with just enjoying life. Story 32. Families being shitty. I used to think they were funny, wacky, and wild. Then I got my first career, traveled the country, lived away from them for 12 years. Came back and I realized they're just a bunch of towny, closed-minded, bigot-adjacent drama queens. Not all of them are shitty, mind you, but being around different people and seeing how decent people act can open your eyes to the things you didn't know before.
Yeah, I stopped speaking to my nan and my sister. Honestly, my life has never been so peaceful. I am, of course, the villain of the family for putting myself and my husband first, but I am okay with this.
Story 33. Allowing others to waste my free time, giving them the benefit of the doubt more than once. Story 34. Drug addictions. If they come back one day as the sober version that we all knew and loved, that moment will be awesome. But after years and years of this not happening, and continuing to choose a dual life of manipulation and secrecy, I wish you the best. Story 35. Going out after 6 p.m.? Is my bra off? Am I in my house clothes? Not going to happen. Story 36. I'm spending my time with negative people who aren't lifting me up and who always complain with their little-ass mindset. Story 37. Standing around information for hours, awaiting an event about which I didn't care, like a change of command ceremony or a parade for some high-ranking guy visiting. I was assigned to guard a stack of empty pallets once. Peacetime army can be very boring. Story 38. Going outside for just one errand. I hate it when I really have to go out for it. Story 39. Meeting and texting people online. I have enough friends. Please stop trying to talk to me. Story 40. Bad sex. I give people one time to show out, and if it's not up to par, I'm gone. As a woman, I have a very high sex drive, and it's extremely important that I'm satisfied in that area of life, or I get depressed and sad. In my 20s, I gave way too many chances and would dissociate often. Story 41. People with no spatial awareness. Why are you standing in the aisle with your cart crooked in the middle of it? Fucking move. Story 42. Generally shitty people. I let a lot of pretty girls get away with too much in my 20s just because they were hot. Now I don't let any insufferability near me. Story 43. People. The number of people I've eliminated from my world since I turned 30 is impressive and wonderful. Not everyone needs to be a forever friend or family member. Story 44. people who don't listen when you talk to them, or other related symptoms of being inconsiderate. Life is too short to waste with selfish, rude people who think everyone else is a non-player character. Story 45. Blatantly disrespectful students. I tried to manage the classroom to assert my skills and ability to handle whatever comes my way. But if you come into my room now with your disrespect and self-proclaimed alpha male bullshit, I'm kicking you out of my room. You can roam the halls for all I care. I didn't go to school for 7 years to deal with a pasty 8th grade kid with a mustache and his disrespect. Story 46. Passive-aggressive behavior like, bruh, no one will read your mind and know you're angry about something. Also, you just come off as a dick versus being honest from the start. If you don't want to be friends anymore, just say it, but don't disrespect me every time I interact with you. Also, if I confront you about your behavior, you better be honest and don't lie. Yet these people will lie to your face. Story 47. Thinking I need to immediately respond to texts, taking phone calls while I'm not actually available, and spending time with people who prefer superficial relationships. Story 48. Men who ghost me and then come back, I always gave them another chance. Thank God I have higher self-esteem now. Story 49. Restaurants and bars that are mostly vibe and charge a lot of money because of it. Now it's strictly focused on taste. Don't care if it's a hole in the wall. Story 50. People who only talk about drama. Constantly going on about the drama at your workplace. Oh my God. I can't believe she said that to Steve. And so on. I just don't want to hear it. Oh, a crazy person at work said something crazy? That's crazy. Oh, your sister cheated on her boyfriend? That's crazy. Please spare me all the details. You might live for the tea, but tea is gross. I stay home and mind my own damn business. Please keep your drama away from me. Every time my wife makes me go out for drinks with her coworkers, I have to just sit there and listen to them swap work stories. There isn't enough alcohol in the world for that. Story 51. People who don't care about the impact of their actions. So what if they use AI for everything? The water bankruptcy is not their problem, etc. Story 52. Men who don't know how to keep a home. No soap or towels in the bathroom. No clean sheets? I'm out.